brought to you by the San Luis Obispo County Office of Education and the SLOCO Arts Collaborative.
Meow.
Hello, welcome to my warm-up video for Sopranos. These exercises target areas of singing and aim to warm up the voice as wholly as possible. I prefer to do them in this order, although you can tailor your warm-up practice just for you and adjust the order if need be. I will give a brief explanation at the beginning of each warm-up. Feel free to skip over these parts once you've gotten the hang of it. And if you have any questions about the terminology or the techniques discussed, please refer to my earlier vocal techniques video. I like to start with gentle lip trills to gently get the cords moving. This exercise also forces us to maintain a consistent stream of air. Too much or too little air and the trill doesn't work. Therefore, we're focusing on consistent airflow and a nice high vocal placement. Make sure you're feeling the sound move up the front of your face and vibrating somewhere on the dome of your cranium up here. We're going to start around B flat, B4, and slide from 1 to 5, back to the 1, all the way to the top of our range, like this. Please drop out once it becomes too high for you. Last one. Next, we are going to lithe up the voice with some coloratura. As a coloratura soprano, I immediately begin with vocal runs. It promotes good vocal placement for me, as well as support and breath. If you are not a coloratura soprano, come back to these after you have done the more lyrical passages in this video. Make sure your coloratura is making shapes, sweeping circles of sound instead of disjointed beats like da 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 da, you know, da 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 dum. Don't forget to start the first note placed high enough with proper chordal closure and a nice relaxed jaw. We're going to start around middle C or C4 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in a major scale. I recommend doing an E vowel or an A vowel like this. E, ah. Or you can do one vowel at a time, which is sometimes what I prefer, and go E, or if you prefer, ah. Make sure you're not hitting the high pitch when you get to it. E is not good singing. It doesn't feel good and it doesn't sound good. Remember keeping those nice sweeping shapes. If you find that your E vowel is becoming too strident or too far pushed forward, switch to an oo. I like oo as well. Ooh. As you near your passaggio, start to open your vowel from either an E to an E sound or an U to an O, and remember to lower your larynx as need be. I also prefer to put a little W or a Y sound in front of my vowels to set me up for success with placement and to avoid unwanted glottal attacks, like we or ya. So let's do some of these together. Last one. Now let's switch to double. I like to do 2 repetitions on E, but this is an excellent place to do 1 round of E, 1 round of Ah, and maybe a third with U. Choose whichever is good for you today. It'll sound something like this. E, or if you're alternating, E, ah, ooh, something like that. Whatever is comfortable for you. For right now, let's just stick to 2 repetitions, whichever vowels you so choose. Last one. Time for scales. These, more than anything, really set your placement nice and high. Remember to take the time to go all the way back down. An underdeveloped middle section makes for a weak top and a weak middle. So take plenty of time in the middle. You want to make the sound go up and around in a circle shape like before, making sure to widen your jaw as need be as we ascend. That means the E sound will change to an or the oo to an ah as we go up. We're focusing on placement, shape, and moving the voice with accuracy. So I'll give you an example. We. So let's do that all the way up.
We're going to do a scale where we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's going to sound like this. I'm going to go on an E to an ah because that's what I prefer. Feel free to do what I'm doing, or you can do what you would prefer. We are. So that's my favorite kind of warm-up, so choose whichever vowels you like. And I'll just give you the outline of it so you can go whatever speed is comfortable for you. Here we go. let's make sure our support muscles are working with some staccati. Make sure you're digging down nice and deep to support properly with your stomach, back, and pelvic floor. With this exercise, we are focusing on support, feeling that pulsation sending a shot of air up through the middle of the roof of our mouth. We are going to do the same pattern twice, once slow, once fast, moving from an E to an ah, like this. We're going to do the same pattern twice, once slow and once fast, moving from an E to an ah sound, like this. E, 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 ah, 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 E, 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 ah, 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 E. Pulse from deep in your abdomen for slow and high in your diaphragm for fast, like this. E, 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 ah, 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 E, 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 ah, 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 E. Let's start right around here. Last one. Now that our support is properly awake, let's do some legato lines. Make sure the notes move smoothly and slowly with consistent air. Oftentimes, we take a mini break between notes, letting up on our breath and support. This break makes our sound more choppy and difficult to produce than it needs to be. If you're having difficulty, do a small slide to connect the notes from one to another, like this. It takes a lot more work than you think it does to keep the sound going in between those notes where we give up on it. So I really do encourage you to do that tiny, tiny little slide. It'll show you where you are stopping the sound. For this, we're focusing on high placement, a nice deep, deep breath, consistent support, and consistency of air. And just as I demonstrated before, we're going to go a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on a wee sound. Focusing on the E. Don't get too caught up in that W. It's more of an oo. It's more of wee, wee. It just helps us keep the sound from getting too strident and too in the front of our face. Like this. Do that for me. now switch to ascending and descending like this. Right here, we're going to go wee. So keep going with that in mind. Good. Open your vowel as need be. And last one. Very nice. Now we're going to go back to where we started and we're going to do the exact same thing, but instead on an E, we're going to do it on an ah vowel, and it's going to be a wah sound. Then it'll sound like this. Wah. Just like the E, when we start getting up a little bit too high, we're going to go from ascending to descending as well, but we'll start with descending here. Now we'll go ascending here. Don't forget to lower your larynx. Nice spinning air. And one more. Very nice. You might need a breather for a second after that one. I find that to be a very stamina warm-up. You need a lot of stamina for that warm-up, in particular in your support and also in how much breath you're used to using. I find that if you're not used to using a lot of breath, we tend to get a little lightheaded on that warm-up, and that's okay. That just means the body is getting stronger. So for the last one of this lyric collection, we're going to work on an O vowel right now, but it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do it on the phrase "no, you won't." And I want you to sound like you're, I don't know, some kind of really, really posh British lady. I like to think of her as clutching her pearls or something when she's doing this kind of thing. So we're going to sound very indignant, and we're going to go, "No, and we're going to feel all of that resonance right in the front of our face, and we're going to do it like this. No, you won't. Just like that. Do that and try to get as much outrage as you possibly can in that sound. A lot of nice high resonation. Good. The sillier as you can. Good, and don't close your mouth or your jaw. And here we're going to switch to the ascending and the descending. It's going to sound like this. No, you won't. So try that for me. And last one. Let's finish off with some vowel forming exercises. Bright, then dark. For bright, your jaw should be completely stationary, only your tongue moves like this. I, e, a, e. For dark, the tongue stays the same while the lips move around to form them, like u, o, a, o, u. These tongue positions are how we should be forming our vowels every time. A nice high tongue for E, kind of touching the side of our molars. E, midland for E, flattish for A. Making sure that the tip of your tongue is touching kind of, if this is your bottom teeth, the tip of your tongue is kind of like that. We're going to move chromatically up and down. Don't push the sound. Make sure it's just high and floating, and we want to make sure that the tongue is doing what it's supposed to in all of these situations. We're focusing on a nice even sound, on a nice tongue position, and not kind of a drop in pitch and tone when we move these. We don't like want something like e, we don't want anything like that. We want it more like this. Do you hear how that was all kind of even? The only thing I moved was my tongue. So let's do that a few times together. One more. Nice. Let's switch to the dark vowels now. So we'll be here, we're going the oo, o, ah, o, oo, with the tongue staying in the same position. The only thing that's changing is the lips. So we're going to go ooh, trying to keep it all in the same place. Do that with me one more time. Nice. Do that a couple times. Last but not least, whenever you're done with your singing practice, don't forget to cool down as well. It's very important that we cool down the voice as well as warm it up. Nothing crazy, don't try to do anything fancy or special, just kind of, I prefer a nice descending fifth on an ooh like this. Ooh, do this with me. Ooh. To a really nice low resonant place, close it up to an M sound and hum for a second. Make sure you're feeling the resonances in your face. Some nice vibration of the nose, of the lips. There's gentle air going in, but it's a nice high place. And then open and close it a little bit. And then down a half step. back up. And that's the end of our warm-up video for the day. Thank you for signing in. I hope this is very useful for you. And yeah, see you next time.